give you the lineups quickly as Princeton just gets locked into their stake boat. In the bow of the Princeton crew, we have junior David Buick-Copley. In 2, senior Johnny Naylor. In 3, freshman Charlie Miller. In 4, freshman James Quinlan. In 5, senior Charles Watt. In 6, senior Dan DeGroot. In 7, junior Chris Laurie. And stroked by sophomore Tasla von Mueller. Coxed by senior Matt Wiley.
And for the Bears, we have Rufus Biggs in bow seat. Gus Rodriguez in 2. Thomas Phelps in 3. Jacob Beal in 4. Finn Jenkins in 5. Alex Mikazalovic in 6. Will Leganzowski in 7. Stroked by Yap De Jong and coxed by Ryan Williams. As both boats are into their stake boats now.
Bit of rain picking up here on Lake Carnegie. It's pretty picturesque. It's a very beautiful scene.
I did see a little bit of an excess headwind on that last race
you
coming
can
in
really
the last
tell
500.
Johnny Naylor in the 2 seed of the Princeton Varsity. He's switched his cap to forward facing, and you can really tell that means the wind has shifted as the flag is down and these crews are off. Both crews very aggressive out of the blocks into their high strokes now. Princeton maybe has a seat into their high strokes as we approach the 250-meter mark. Princeton really chomping at the bit for this one, coming off a loss to Yale and before that a disappointing loss to Harvard. Everyone in this Princeton crew knows that a win over the Bears today would be a statement going into the Eastern Sprints in a couple weeks. Princeton maybe has still a 1-seat advantage now over the Brown crew, but both crews looking very sharp.
Sophomore stroke seat, Tasla von Mueller from Dusseldorf, Germany. Coming off of a fresh win in the Eastern Sprints in the 2V, where he also stroked, has been really propelling this 1V forward with some great leadership skills as a sophomore.
Princeton at 38.5, Brown about the same. As Brown maybe takes back a bit of that advantage for Princeton, but they're just about level as we come into the 500-meter mark.
Yeah, should be some very tight racing here, similar to that 2V matchup. Some very powerful bases from both these crews.
Brown maybe taking a little bit of a push now. Princeton maybe half a seat advantage now. Little fun fact about these crews: the bowman of the Brown Varsity and the 7-man of the Princeton Varsity, childhood friends. Chris Laurie for Princeton and Rufus Biggs for Brown. I can't speak for Rufus, but every time Chris hears his name, his eyes really light up. You can tell there's a lot of mutual respect and affection between these two men, and that's showing on the race course today, as they are just about level. Again, a very impressive race in this first 1,000 meters. Brown maybe taking a push now. You can see the coxswains looking across, making eye contact with each other. And they're both thinking, God, I hate you, I want to win so bad. But of course, they respect each other at the same time. And Princeton is taking a move now. You can hear the excitement. Dan DeGroot, the senior in 6, a primal war scream as he feels his crew gaining the advantage.
Steadily dropping some speed with the shaved head in 6 seat.
Another scream from Dan DeGroot, the senior from Canada. 3 seniors in this boat. 4 if you count Matt Wiley, the Cox, which of course you should. 2-seat Johnny Naylor, the steady-headed, level-thinking, pragmatic man in 2. Charles Watt in 5, the lengthy, ruthless, just engine room son of a gun. And of course, the savage, the Danimal in 6. And the Kiwi legend, Matt Wiley in stroke, as Princeton now has 6 seats over Brown at 750 meters to go.
Absolutely impressive base here.
Stunning move by the Tigers coming across 1,000 meters. They knew that the Bruno 20 was going to come, and they said, no sir, not today, as they now have 8 seats over the Bears.
A smiling grimace of pain out of freshman James Quinlan, straight from Ireland.
The old luck of the Irish playing out today. Beautiful, but if you look at the stroke man, Tasla von Mueller, as we cross 750 meters to go, no sign of any emotion whatsoever. He is just cool as a cucumber, or whatever the German word for cucumber is.
Efficiency, I believe, is the term.
Junior David Buick-Copley up in the bow, the heaviest man in the boat, in the bow seat. You don't see that that often, but he's just so smooth, honestly. There's nowhere else to put him in this lineup. A real dichotomy between him and Charlie Miller in the 3 seat, the freshman from Australia, former Henley Royal Regatta champion with his school, Scotch College. It's more of a reckless abandon style of rowing, as Princeton now has 1 length on Brown in 500 meters to go.
Truly excellent stuff from this Princeton crew. You see their stroke really lengthening out in the front end, looking like they've very solidified that back end as well. Quick hands at the finish. Something they've been working on this last couple weeks, as Cox and Matt Wiley propelling them forward as about 2 lengths of open water now for this Princeton crew past the 1,000-meter mark.
Well, that's not quite accurate, but I'll call it about a seat of open water, but the Tigers will be thrilled with this margin. And to be honest, Chris, I don't see Brown coming back at this point. But, you know, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we saw quite an impressive sprint from Princeton coming through Brown. We may see the same today. But this Tiger crew is looking unflappable. They're feeling the finish line now. They're starting to hear the cries of the crowd. Maybe another wave would be appreciated at this point from the many thousands lining the shore. But they're smelling it now. Princeton maybe a seat of open water coming into the last 250 meters. The seniors in this boat, they will be electric with excitement to get a win in their last race on Carnegie, an upset win at that. As Princeton comes into the last 20 strokes, a big win for the Tigers today over a very impressive Brown crew. Well rowed, of course, by both boats here. But today it's Princeton in the Varsity reclaiming the Content Cup. Across the line now.
Absolutely gassed through that finish line.
About a 3.4 second margin or so. Really well rowed by both crews. A reversal of the result we saw in the second varsity race. The Princeton crew will be very pleased with that, but it was well rowed by Brown as well. But the Princeton push around the 1,000 meters just turned out to be too much.
So Princeton taking the 1V race, the 3V race and the 4V race. Brown in the 2V race.
Really good racing on Lake Carnegie in some really nice conditions. That'll do it for the heavyweight contests. Coming up, we've got the Tiger Openweight Women against Syracuse.